Today we will learn how to create Redux, reducer, and action for user login API. First, under front-end reducer folder, create a new file named user-reducer.js. Define a new function named login reducer. It has two parameters. First one is initial state value. Set its value to an empty user object. Second parameter is action object. Inside the function, create switch statements. Case.type will be parameter value. First case is login request. It returns an object. Set loading property to true. Set is authenticate property to false. Second case is login success. It returns state value. Loading property equals to false is authenticated equals to true. User equals to action.payloads. The third case is login fail. It returns state value. Set loading property equals false is authenticated property equals to false. User value equals none. Error equals action.payload. Next step, create a new action for user login API. Under actions folder, create a new file named useraction.js. First, to import Axios library on the top, define a function named login. It is a high-order function. High-order function is a function which returns another function. Login function has email and password as parameters, followed by another function instead of function body statement. The returning function has keyword async before it, passing dispatch method as a parameter. It is Redux action function statements. Don't worry about it if you're not sure what it means. Inside the function, create try and catch statements. Inside the try block, first to call dispatch login request action, which has been defined in user-reducer.js file. The following variable login configure is to define page headers. Set content type equal to application_JSON. When web page submit data to server, it requires to set up the page headers formats. Usually, it will be set value to application_JSON. Next step, calling Axios library to make HTTP requests to user login API, passing parameters with email and passwords along with login configure options. The last step is to call dispatch login success action. It will return data.user as payload. After created reducer and action files for user login API, we need to add them into Redux store to make it work. Open store.js file and the store folder. Import login reducer function from a user reducer file. Add login reducer function into combine reducers object. Give it one alias name as user login. Now we have completed the setup for user login API with reducer and action. Next chapter, we will create user login components to implement user login API.